Hello you guys and welcome. Today I'm excited to show you guys this. We are gonna do a my favorites from Sephora. Must-haves, my favorites, anything that I think you cannot go wrong with. We have skincare, and then we're gonna do like a full face of my favorites as well. I hopefully am going to plan and do a must-haves from the drugstore, but for today we are doing my Sephora must-haves. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button so you guys can get notified, and let's get started. So first with skincare, everybody's different. Everybody, it's a trial and error. I understand that, but I want to show you guys what I personally love, what I have rebought multiple times. And first things first, face wash, which they finally came out with this big bad boy. So this is the Youth to the People Kale and Green Tea Spinach Vitamins Superfood Cleanser. They finally came out with this big one. This is 16 full ounces. Totally worth it. I think this is my first giant bottle, but I think I've rebought this 4 times now. It is just an all-over good gel cleanser. It's deep, it's not harsh, it's not full of chemicals, everything like that. It is just a good everyday cleanser. I keep going back to it, so totally worth it. Before cleansing, I should get part in the cleanser. I do a 2-step cleansing system when I wash my face, so I have a couple different oil cleansers here. I just recently bought this, I'm gonna butcher this. I don't know how to say this name. Podale? I don't know. I'm so bad. I'm so bad at this because again, I don't buy this brand. It was new and I just saw it on an ad and I was like, let's try it. So, but this is their makeup removing oil cleanser. I have really been liking this. Just kind of, it's convenient because it's in a pump. The pharmacy one, this is I think like container 3 or 4 for me. Again, rebuy it. This is the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. Really like it. The only inconvenience, which I don't want to say it's an inconvenience because it comes with like the little spatula, but it is more of like your balm. But as soon as you scoop it out, put it in your fingers, rub it together, it becomes this really nice, like it melts in your hands and it just takes away your makeup so amazingly. So if you guys would like to see kind of like my skincare routine, make sure you guys comment below. I can totally do that for you. So it's kind of a toss up between these. Lately I've been reaching for this, 1 because it's new and I wanted to try it, and 2 because it's a pump. It's just a little easier, but other than that, really like both of these. Next, I have moisturizers here. I try to keep my skincare pretty simple. Like I've gone to just back to like basics with my skincare. So cleanse, moisturize. Like I have a couple serums, but I'm trying out new ones, and serums are so hard that I didn't really involve them or include them in here. But moisturizers, my daytime that I have really been liking and can see myself repurchasing is the Fenty. This is the Fenty Skin Removable Refill. So you literally just rebuy this. So this is the Hydra Visor Invisible Moisturizing Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen. I absolutely love it. It's very lightweight, but it also is very moisturizing. And I use this for daytime. And so for my nighttime, again, this is a little pricey and I just rebought it, but it is so good. I have very oily skin. You guys can see I'm pretty dang shiny, but at night, I love to do like a thick lather, those thick creamy moisturizers at night. So it really hydrates, and then like wash in the morning, and I do a more lightweight moisturizer during the day. So at night, I love this. This is the Tatcha, the Dewy Skin Cream. Again, it's a little pricey. It is a pretty decent size container, I will say. Little goes a very long way. But it is good to just drench your skin in this. Like I just love the feeling of it. It's ultra hydrating, anti-aging, and I just love using this at night. It is so thick and creamy and luscious, and thank me later. Skincare, that is what I absolutely love for Sephora. Cannot go wrong. Have repurchased almost all of these things. So on to the makeup. Let's get our hair pinned back here because I am going to do a full face with you guys. Primer. So primer, if I were to do this a month ago, I would have said the Milk Hydro Grip, the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip. There's a hair on my lip. If you don't like a sticky finish, you will not like this, but this is more of like that sticky grip finish. I absolutely love it. I did just buy like the little sample size. As you can see, it's almost gone, but about a month ago, I went to Sephora and I was like, look, this is what's happening. Like, I'm not liking my makeup, like my primer, things aren't reacting. And I learned some things. And the lady introduced me to this Super Goop Unseen sunscreen. And holy grail now. This is a primer sunscreen combined. So, and you're thinking, well, wait, she had sunscreen in her moisturizer. Yes, I double up and it does not pill. My makeup does not slide off. It doesn't move. It stays. So these work wonderful together. Not promising every moisturizer, sunscreen, or other sunscreens will mix with this, but these two work together so good. Now that we're getting into like the summer, or you know, you kind of want to have like that dewy glow, this is kind of like a skincare slash primer because this is what I throw it into. This is by Drunk Elephant and it is the Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops. So good. So good. They're a little tinted. It's like a tinted bronzer drop. So I do about that side, and then I just take a little drop, depending on how much you want, how bronzy you want to look. I just kind of mix it together. I already have my brows done, but that's okay, we'll go around it. Just adds like this nice bronzy glow. I will do this on no makeup days just to make it feel like I have something on my skin. I've been out in the sun the past couple days because it's been so lovely here. But it just adds just like that nice bronzy glow, and we've primed our skin. I'm going to tell you guys about one little lip thing, and we're going to kind of jump into the lips. This is pretty new. It's by Too Faced. It's the Lip Injection Extreme. It's an instant and long-term lip plumper. This is the Honey Bear collection, or like Teddy Bear collection or something like that. So I actually really been liking it. I don't know if you guys are like, oh, lip plumpers don't work. This sucker like tingles, and I actually do see like it makes them a little like red and just kind of juicy looking. So like it's moisturizing. I think it just gives like a good little glow to the lips, a little plump, kind of just makes them a little fuller. Not anything crazy like you see these before and afters of some of these, but just a little something something. And I like the way it makes them look. So just throwing it out there. And they do have colors in them too. So they have like their lip gloss plumper ones like in different colors. They have a lipstick plumper, so you guys can check that out. Now to the face. Foundation is hard because I have so many that I like. But the go-tos I have picked are 3 here. We kind of have a little bit of, I gave options. The new Fenty Beauty Ease Drops are phenomenal. They are your everyday throw on, no makeup. They blur the skin. It's a little bit of a tint. It is just so good. And actually, if you look on Fenty's website, they mix it with her moisturizer, and that's like, you just mix it in to make it like a tinted moisturizer and you're good to go. So Fenty Ease Drops, highly recommend, especially the summertime. It's going to make you look like you don't have makeup on, but it's just kind of going to blur the skin so you don't see any blemishes, pores, wrinkles. So good. Another kind of no makeup, or you like more of that hydrating, moisturizing look, the IT CC Plus. This is the oil-free one. Personally, it is an SPF of 40. It's anti-aging, poreless finish. I do really like this. This is more of a full coverage, so it's not your typical like light tinted moisturizer to where it's like, oh, does she have makeup on or not? Like, you're gonna be able to tell because it is a full coverage. Do highly recommend this. They have a few different kinds. They have like a natural, a hydrating, and then the oil-free. And then I chose the Too Faced Born This Way. This is the new 24-hour matte. This came out last year. This is like your full coverage. We are going out. We want to look completely flawless, but it's good for those oily skinned folks like myself. So we are going to use this today. We're going to do like a full face. All right, so we're going to use this like flat top kabuki brush here. It's like 2.5. That first pump was kind of like a, you haven't used me in a while. I hope this shade is decent on me because we have not worn her in a minute. So typically I'm like always a natural undertone in like the winter, but I notice as I tan, I get more of like a pinky undertone, and this is like a natural, so we shall see. All right, I think we are pretty blended out. As you can see, she is full coverage, but we're going all out. It's going to be more of your matte finish, which I prefer, but you guys can see I still have that. It's like a natural matte, if that makes sense. I feel like I'm not completely mattified to where I look like fake. Like I still have like my shine coming through, which I really enjoy. Like that natural finish is just like what is in. If you use a sponge, you're gonna get a little less coverage. I just personally don't have a sponge ready up here. I didn't even think about it. I have all my sponges clean and then I forgot to dampen it, so we just went with a brush, but it mats down, it sets in, like we're good to go. Perfectly fine with a brush, so works well with either or. All right, next we're gonna jump into concealer, which these are pretty new. I personally was like a Tarte Shape Tape girl. Love, Ride or Die, and then I had like the e.l.f. Camo, Ride or Die, and now I have discovered NARS concealers, and whew, where have I been? Oh, so I have both NARS. I have the Radiant Concealer and the Radiant Creamy, I should say, and then I also have the Soft Matte. I've been loving the Soft Matte. Then we're gonna do a little bit of both so you guys can see. I actually might do one eye. Let's just do like one eye or the other and we'll see. So let's do the Creamy Matte first. I just take a little concealer brush, just kind of twirl it around, warm it up, and then I put it right where I would any other concealer. I actually have quite a bit, so we're gonna use, because we used a matte foundation, I am going to highlight with the matte. I'm just using the Tati Beauty Blendiful, because again, I don't have any sponges ready. Totally my fault for not thinking, but it blends beautifully. It's gonna be like that soft matte finish. I have the shade Custard, if you guys are like, ooh, I like that shade. I really enjoy the like softness of it, but at the same time it's still matte. It's hydrating. It's because it's like that creamy matte. Okay, and then for the other eye, I'm going to show you guys the Radiant Creamy. Just do like a little bit, kind of highlight just a smidge. All the concealer. Just give me all the concealer. I'm going to go to a different corner here. I don't think the Radiant has as much coverage, so if you guys are like, I need coverage, I've got circles, I've got bags, like, I think you're definitely going to want more of the like matte one. You're definitely going to get a lot more coverage from the matte one, and it just gives such a pretty glow underneath the eye. So that is the two of those. We have the matte little pod on this eye, and then we have the creamy concealer on this side. And I have Custard in both of them. We are going to set, definitely, but first I have been in absolute love with cream contour. Not typically me, but this Huda Beauty cream contour is the bomb. It is butter. Oh my gosh. So this is the Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. I have the shade Fair. Don't laugh, because you guys look at me and you're like, she's not fair skinned. Just wait until you see this, because this is the shade Fair. She's dark. I just take like this flat brush. This is from Eco Tools. It just works so good. And we are going to cream contour. I'm a little tanner now, so I will say it's a little lighter than it typically is on me, but I still go over with a bronzer, so that's why I don't mind. Like, it blends so good. It's so creamy. She's just good. Once I have it placed, I either will take a sponge brush, whichever one. I think I'm going to take the same kabuki brush that we used for the foundation and just kind of buff out those edges. Like, it just like melts into the skin. Absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. Setting powders is another one that I'm like, how do I pick? So depending on what you like, I have a few options. My everyday, like, to set all over my face as like a last finishing step, to bake, to everything, would have to be the Laura Mercier. This is the Laura Mercier translucent loose setting powder. Absolute go-to. Not the cheapest in the world, but again, has lasted me so long. Another one that I absolutely love that people hate because of the smell of it, like she has very fragrance products, is Huda Beauty. This is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder, and I have the shade Pound Cake, which is like this cream color. Again, very good for setting. And I'm just going to take my Tati Beauty Blendiful. I'm going to go in with the Laura Mercier first, underneath the eye here. And then I kind of come down right over that cream contour a little bit, even though I am going to like set with a powder bronzer. And I'm going to go to a new corner so I'm not tainting anything. And I'm going to go into the Huda Beauty. I will say I like the cap of the Laura Mercier a little better because it has the, yeah, she's pink. She's very scented. I don't mind it, but it's overpowering when you're like not ready for it. And I grabbed a lot more. Okay. Oh, I think both just look so like blurred and flawless. So many hairs today. But so what I was saying is the Huda Beauty has like the little, I hope you guys can see it, I don't want to dump it, like a netted screen that I cut so I can like have it because I don't like the net. I don't do the net. But the Laura Mercier has, you guys can't really see, but just like a normal cap, and then there's holes in hers. So I'm gonna push it. I of course have it dumped so I can like grab enough, but oh gosh. Okay, there's holes in here. It's like the plastic, like kind of like sifter type. So personally, I like this better, but both when it comes to setting are beautiful. Setting all over the face, if you are oily like me and you prefer to have a foundation like set your face, would be the Fenty Beauty powder. And I have the shade Banana here. Again, a little bit of a scent, so if you don't like scent, be careful. It has a tiny bit of sheen. I don't even like calling it a sheen because I don't notice it. Like on my oily skin, I don't even notice it, but a little goes a long way. And I just kind of set the rest of my face. The Fenty smell is just so good though. Again, a little goes a long way, and I just kind of set everything down. And I'm in the shade Banana. And then for bronzer, absolute favorite bronzer I would have to say is the Benefit Hoola bronzer, and I have the shade Caramel. Little goes a very long way. So this like tiny little guy, which they make a bigger one now. It is very pigmented. It is a matte. If you guys don't like a matte, there are plenty of other ones out there. I personally just love a matte bronzer because I am so oily. I don't like, and this is where all of my texture is, so I don't want to emphasize my pores and texture. So I do matte personally. All right, I'm just gonna take this little angled brush here and just kind of tap. Again, a little goes a very long way with this. She's super pigmented. And I just kind of go over that cream contour. I just like having that bronzy like look to me personally. All right, blush. I am not a huge blush person. Again, I think it just like exaggerates pores and texture, and I don't love it. I'm getting better, But one that I absolutely love that is matte, that has a gorgeous shade range, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blushes. This is Party. Again, I just have like a little baby one because again, I'm not a huge blush person. When I do use it, it is this bad boy. I think the color is just like perfect and like light, natural. So that is the face, my Sephora must-haves for the face. One last step, I'm gonna do it now. We'll probably do it later too. But setting spray, because I wanna set this down before we do our eyes, is the Urban Decay All Nighter. If you guys haven't heard of it, oh, you need to. This is just the original one. It is a makeup setting spray, long lasting, great sprayer. Like, sets it down, gives you a little bit of hydration. So we're matte, but now we're gonna add this and it's gonna give a little bit of like that dewiness back without overdoing it. And they have different ones. They have like an illuminating one, they have a matte one, they have all sorts of ones now. I personally just love the original all-nighter. Okay, to the eyes. We're gonna do a pretty simple eye today. And if you are willing to get out of your comfort zone, or if you love like a Wild West, the oranges, the blues, the bronzes, the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette is a must-have. It is super pretty. I think it has amazing neutrals in it that you could totally do an everyday eye look. Highly recommended. Any of the Naked, like the Naked one palette, like it's all basics, it's all neutrals. Like they have very good palettes. They're a little on the pricey side, but they're very good. Like I personally really love this palette and I find myself reaching for it very often because these neutrals are so good. You can like, very neutral, but the blues might scare people. So I can see how people might go, that's not an everyday palette. If you guys would love to see different looks with this palette, I would love to do that. So just comment below. But Urban Decay Wild West palette definitely, I think, would be a highly recommended palette from Sephora. So one that I think would be an everyday for people, this is from Ulta, but it's by Lorac. It's the Pro palette and it's the Soleil palette. Again, neutrals. Like people want everyday neutrals, and I see this as being the perfect, just like everyday, simple. You don't have to go crazy, but okay, we're gonna go out. I want to add a little bit of shimmer. You have your shimmers. Otherwise, you still have 9 very good mattes sitting here. So we're gonna play with this today. So we're just gonna do something pretty simple. I'm gonna jump into this shade right here. I don't have the names. I used to have the little thing with the names, but I don't. The really cool thing about these Pro palettes is if you run out of a shade, you can replace just the one shade. They are, so this palette opens up like this, and you can pop the shade out and you can replace just that shade, which I think is super cool. We're just gonna throw this in our transition and get a little simple kind of nude shade up in here. Super pretty. It's like a peachy nude. I'm going to jump into this more like brown nude. Again, super simple eye today. I'm just going to kind of deepen up the crease with it. I'm not going in the outer corner. I'm just simply staying in that crease. To take a flat brush, and these shimmers, you don't really need to wet them. And I think I'm just gonna take this like champagne-y color here all over the lid. I obviously have nails, so I don't use my finger very often, but these are very like foiled. So finger works good, brush works great. Wet the brush as well, you can. I have like a tiny bit of fallout, but it's a shimmer. What do you expect? If you expect perfection from shimmers, good luck. Good luck. I'm gonna go back to that deeper brown and just kind of blend our crease and shimmer together. Nothing super crazy, just wanted to show you a simple but still glamorous eye. All right, to continue with the eyes, I have discovered some amazing eyeliners. One, we're gonna go with the basic. Because like the gel liners, a black. This is from Rare Beauty, which is Selena Gomez's brand. This is pretty new. Watching the reviews of this before I bought it, a lot of people don't like it. I actually love this eyeliner. It does not go anywhere. She's pigmented, it does not go anywhere, smudge proof. It is a liquid matte, which I prefer. I don't like shiny mattes, but like she does not go anywhere once she's on, which I love personally. Now for fun, or if you like more of like the pen liners, these from Too Faced are so pretty, and they are smudge proof, waterproof, they don't go anywhere, and they have such fun colors, so I had to show you guys. I think I'm gonna pop a little of the turquoise in our lower lash line, so I will show you that, and then I'll swatch the other two for you. So we're gonna pop this bad boy down here, kind of like lash line, waterline. I personally love adding pops of color on like the lower lash line, water lines. I think it just makes them like just so fun. I don't know. But these do not go anywhere. So that is the turquoise one, and it is called Killer Turquoise. Again, these are 36-hour waterproof eyeliners, and they do not budge. Let's swatch these for you. The purple one is called Killer Queen, and that is that beautiful plum color right there. And then I have this nice like army green, which is Killer Camo, which as you can see has been well loved. And they just sharpen. I actually had to look it up because I was like, how do you, like, they don't spin, you just sharpen them with a pencil sharpener. So, and that is the Killer Camo. Like, so when you first put them on, they are a little tacky. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like I wouldn't go trying to like smudge it right away. But the good thing is if you do put it on right away and you want to like wing it, you guys can. It has time before it immediately sets down and like mattifies. Now that it's a little drier, we have a little less. So just an FYI, you do have room to play if you guys want to take like a small liner brush and kind of put it down and then wing it or buff it out. You have room to play before it completely dries down. But once they do dry down, really doesn't. Like, I'm working pretty hard to make that move and it's not going anywhere. I'm gonna pop a little bit on the upper lash line, just like a fine line here. I will say the pen is a little fatter than typical ones, which I think is what people didn't like about it, but it has a very fine tip and it still gets a pretty precise line. So I personally really do like it. Mascara. The two that I have been reaching for, and I got this in a Christmas pack and I got this in my BoxyCharm. I will say this one I reach for more, and this is the Tarte Maneater. It is more of like your fat, kind of big, like plastic bristles, but I think it gives great length and volume. The Tarte Surfer Curl, Tarte C, like the C collection. This is definitely more of the, I would say, volume and length is more of your wet and sticky mascara. So it's whatever you prefer. So I'm gonna do one on each eye and see if we can really tell a difference. I haven't really done these like side by side, so let's see what we can do here. It's just more of your like wet, tacky mascara, if that makes sense. If you've had a wet mascara, you guys know what I'm talking about. And then the Maneater. So that is one coat of both. Again, I think we get more length out of the Maneater, whereas you're gonna get like kind of short, voluminous, curly lashes out of the Surfer Curl. So it's a preference. I find myself reaching for the Maneater a little more. Let's just throw some on the bottom. I'm just gonna throw this on the bottom. I typically actually don't wear mascara on the bottom, but with a colored liner, I'm going to. Last but not least, we have lippies. Oh my God, brows, you guys, we didn't talk about brows. Okay, one, we just have to touch up our brows. but so we'll come back to that. I'm more of a gloss person, or like chapsticks that have like, you know, a tint to them, anything like that. The lip injection that I talked to you guys about, like things like that, especially in the summer, you just want quick, you want them to look juicy on the go. Glosses, I would say the Fenty Gloss Bombs are the absolute go-to for me with glosses. They are just so stinking pretty, juicy, not super tacky, are so good. Then I have like a more matte one, so we're going to use the matte and then I'll put gloss over it. This is the Huda Beauty Demi Matte, and this is the shade Feminist. I think it's super pretty, simple, nude. I just like it a lot. I like the long, like thin kind of shaped, it's like just kind of hugs your lip. Okay, so that is the Feminist Demi Matte. I think it's just a really nice nude. It's a little pinky for this eye look, but that's okay. We're actually going to top it with this brown. This is the Hot Chocolate. Probably one of my favorites. I don't have the like OG Fenty gloss up here. I got these in a little Christmas pack. I have Confetti, which is like the clear one. This is Pretty Please, which is more of like your hot pink. There is a lighter pink, which I have downstairs in my purse. But we're going to go over with Hot Chocolate and just kind of brown this up. But they're super juicy and luscious. So Fenty Beauty Gloss Bombs, just, they're it. They are it. Brows. The one thing that I have that is Sephora brand that I have absolutely been loving is the Sephora brows, you guys. Holy moly. This is the retractable brow pencil. I have the little one and the fat one. Definitely go for the little one. The fat one is a little too much. So let's brush these out. I'm just going to kind of define them up a little bit here. But it comes with the little retractor and a spoolie on the end. So stinking good, you guys. Like, I would compare it to the Benefit, because I have the Benefit as well, which again are at Sephora, and they're absolute go-tos. But these are only $12, so heck to the yeah. It creates that, like, I know I'm not perfect with like the faux brow, but you just get a little something something. It's pigmented, it doesn't get all greasy and oily. And personally, what I do is I set my brows, which I will show you guys. Being oily, you don't think about your brows getting oily, but they do. So we kind of brush them up, and then I'll show you guys how I set my brows. Because yes, my brows would get oily, and I feel like I could just like wipe them off my face, which is not attractive. Like when you're going all day long, or you know, all night at work, whatever. Not cute. So I take my setting powder, and I either I'll take like a spoolie, and I will literally like take my little spoolie in here, tap it off, and it's on there, and then I do like a final brush through with the setting powder. I typically do this when my makeup is done, like right now, but prior, if my makeup is not done, what I will do, but I'll take like the bottom of my little makeup sponge, dip it in, and then I will literally just like, it looks crazy, it looks like it's a lot, but I promise you, it's fine. And I will go like that, and then spoolie. And we've like set the brow. It works good. Trust me, try it. Especially out here, if you're like me and you tend to wipe accidentally and you forget how long your brow is and then you wipe out here, this will help. Tip, trick, set your brows. All right, I think that is all of my Sephora must-haves, you guys. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment below. I will make sure to link everything down in the description box. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.